Three Nerds on a Sunday, where three nerdy friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am one third of the nerd, Sonny. The other two nerds that make up this table are Manny and Frank. What's up,
Hello,
guys?
Manny and
Sonny.
Frank.
Hello, Manny.
Sonny.
Dun,
I should be able to
Dun,
jingle.
dun, 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 dun.
No, we can't use that one. That one will get sued.
Damn. We're not big enough to get sued.
Wait, you want my peanuts? You can have my peanuts.
They probably got bots checking if anybody hums any songs.
Probably.
They're like, sue
Wow,
that man
God.
right now.
Sue him now.
Just shut it down.
Shut it
Put a
all down.
target bag in it and shut it down.
All right, last time I kind of pushed on saying how we all doing. Sonny yelled at me, so I guess we could get straight into it.
Let's do it. You can go ahead with your news first.
Oh, okay. I'll pick the first one. Frank, this is for you.
Ooh.
Apparently, the new Blade movie
Oh,
will not be
yes.
rated R. So this is what Kevin Feige said. I think we target everything we're doing for kids and adults. So I think your question is more adult or R-rated, Feige said during a press stop at the Disney's TCA event via Deadline. Other than Deadpool, which was already established at itself as a certain genre, and a certain rating that we already said we will not mess with. We started working on Deadpool, which we have. Other than that, we haven't encountered a story or a storyline of a character's journey that a PG-13 rating or the tone or the ratings we've been using for up to this point has prevented us from telling that story. He then added, we haven't been held back by it. If we ever are, then certainly there can be discussions that could be had now that there's other outlets like Star. And Star is the adult version of Disney Plus that I think only released in Europe. I'm not sure, but that hasn't been the case. We've told all the stories that we wanted to with the tonality and the rating we have now. So, sorry, Frank, we're not getting a rated R Blade.
I guess we already had that. And, yeah, I mean, I guess that's all right. I guess I trust them to do it, you know.
Yeah, I think
I'm glad they're doing it in the first place because of all characters, they could be like, nah, we're good.
I also think when Logan came out, I think everyone went crazy. Logan and Deadpool, when that came out, everyone was like, "Oh, everything needs to be rated R, rated R, rated R." And I don't think it needs to be. So we'll see.
Logan was R, right? I'm trying to remember.
Logan was R.
Yeah. Last one was rated R.
Was mainly the blood in that movie or what?
Blood and then
Logan dropped
graphic,
an
and I
F-bomb
think
or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I think there's a couple of F-bombs because as you learned from Be Cool, PG-13 can say the F word once. So
that was from Be Cool. I was wondering if that was from Be Cool or Get Shorty.
Oh, was it Be Cool?
Yeah,
that's funny.
All right, that's it. Sonny, you go since you told me to go.
Okay, I will. She act like I ain't ready. Power Rangers movie is being planned for another reboot and this is confirmed by Hasbro. Their success of this franchise has been up and down. The TV stuff does pretty well for the kids market. 2017 they had a I don't know, rebranding or retelling of the Power Rangers movie. Didn't do well at all critically or in the box office. I like that cast. I thought they were pretty cool. I just think the story and the pacing was pretty off. Felt like they didn't really care about it. So, and
it was
not only with the reboot of the film, they want to kind of go the route of like Marvel and Feige, where one guy takes over the general kind of idea and introduce more streaming services, based shows, more animated stuff, more films, and kind of like they work together. I know I think Frank, we used to be big Power Ranger fans. I'm not sure about Manny. How do you feel about the Power Rangers from your ye old days?
I
Oh
was as a
man.
kid, but I mean, I really couldn't care less anymore. And then they haven't done anything to make me really care. Even the movie, I mean, it was okay, but it just really, I don't know why it didn't really. That's one of those franchises that never really kept going for me.
I liked Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but after that,
Yeah.
that was really it. When it went, like when I was younger, I would still follow it. I remember
Mm-hmm.
when they went into space, and then
Dino
the
Force
first
or something
movie
like that.
was kind of meh for me because they left the dinosaurs kind of thing. Turbo was all right, but I mean, what really holds close to home was Mighty Morphin. So
I think that's the only
that
series I
movie,
ever watched was Mighty Morphin.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be getting more stuff like that down the road. We'll see what they want to do with it. I think they do want to go back to a little more. I don't want to say old schoolish, but I guess like the more traditional look. Stick with the Zords and dinosaur
Mm-hmm.
looking for all those who aren't that well known about Power Rangers. A bunch of kids from Angel Grove that get these power suits sent down from Zordon, and they're tasked to fight giant monsters brought down from this crazy bitch in space.
So the suits are the part that gives them the power.
From what I remember, yes. Like,
Okay.
yeah, because I
'Cause
mean,
I'm trying to remember honestly.
they were like martial
Well,
artists
no,
and
they fought
cheerleaders.
still.
Like
I think they like have those skills, but they are extra powerful with the suit, maybe.
yeah, because they were doing
Where the
those
suit protects them.
super jumps. Pew.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
durability and jumps.
yeah,
I
they
used to
would take
love when they got hit and they would like fly back. Ah,
Like do a big spin in the air.
like it would be a spark
Yeah,
coming
spark.
out their suit.
Those are cool to watch. That
It was
actually.
kind of cool, yeah, like the way the big monsters and robots fought.
Yeah,
But
they,
yeah, I mean, I would hope that they do a good job and everything.
sure.
But like, I'm not dying for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. But again, this is one of those things that has a really strong, diehard fan base out there to just absolutely go crazy for Power Rangers, even to this day. So
Yeah,
I heard the comic is actually pretty good too, but never read it, so I
saw
cannot.
some of the art on it. Looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would say in the toy area, I definitely see that there's a hardcore base because they're always posting pictures about him. They look kind of cool, but nah, I just can't get into it.
Nut that. So that's it for my news. Frank, what do you got for us today?
I have Hawkeye set photos. Were I don't know if they're released or leaked, but they came out,
Mm.
and I mean they're like what you kind of would expect. It's just like Hawkeye, like on a car shooting arrows, and he's with Kate Bishop, and she is played by, oh my God, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of her. Um, she was in the second Pacific Rim movie.
Oh,
If you
I
the
was
little
thinking.
girl, the girl who builds the robot. She's been in stuff, man. She's pretty good. Yeah. Well, just ignore that for now. But um, what I thought was interesting is the article was talking about like it really seems like they're trying to build up the young Avengers because now you have Wanda's two kids, and then you're gonna have Kate Bishop. That's three, and they were pointing out some others too. But I mean, I don't know if I would be that excited about a young Avengers movie. I don't know. I never got into that in the comics. Marvel really shakes up their roster a lot, so you never really get the same roster all the time.
Sure.
And in the real world, it makes sense because you can't keep actors around for 20 years. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was just kind of like a little bummed from that regard. But I remember the comic was cool, the Hawkeye solo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, so it's kind of gonna be like that. But I thought it was gonna be like the Ronin stuff, but it's probably there's not much there probably for that. So I could see why they wouldn't do that. And plus, they have to kind of retire Clint Barton and get Kate Bishop in there. So.
Yeah.
And I think this is
Yeah.
coming out later this year.
Jeez.
Probably. I think it's the last one, like after Loki and all that.
So this is a TV show, correct?
Yeah, there's gonna be
Okay.
Disney streaming show.
I like Kate Bishop. I mean, I don't know much about her, but the times I have read her in a comic, she's pretty cool. Hawkeye's always cool.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner, man needs a break. Give this man a popular show and movie. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it was coming out this year. I guess my anticipation wasn't that high, but I am intrigued. I want to see what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah. Me too.
Go off the Young Avengers stuff. Yeah, that was never really my thing, but that's also a good thing about Marvel. I guess they have like so many teams you can like break them up and have them interact. They have like the West Coast Avengers, the South Region Part 2 Avengers, of a bunch of like second-rate heroes that do like small stuff. But yeah, like there's so many different teams. It does kind of work sometimes. So we'll see.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I can't see them being able to handle stuff that we've seen the Avengers do.
Right.
I guess partly because they're young, but partly because I don't know, they don't seem like they're that great. I don't know. I guess we haven't seen anything yet, though. I mean,
we haven't seen anything, but I mean, I wouldn't mind like having a street level TV Avengers like style thing where they're not quite strong enough or old enough to experience a Thanos or anything like that, but they can fight like I mean, I just an example like Taskmaster, like someone like more ground on their level. That'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I could see that.
That gives the streaming service like its own little like world to like do its own thing, and then you got the big heroes doing big.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
I didn't think of it that way. I was like thinking Young Avengers would be like a big movie, like Avengers.
Yeah. I mean,
but it could definitely be a show, and it's a smaller. They're taking out a villain instead of like a galactic kind of big villain like Kang or something.
Right. Yeah. I think that would be the best route to go, but we'll see. Manny, how do you feel about Hawkeye? Are you a fan, or are you like meh, or you're gonna watch it because it's Marvel regardless, but like anticipation level?
All of the above.
Break it down. Do you like Hawkeye?
No.
Are you high for the show?
What?
Is your anticipation high for the show?
No.
Will you watch it?
Yes.
Because it's Marvel?
Yes.
All questions are answered. Ding.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I know some people are like Frank, so I can't be selfish and only want my characters. I get my characters, and everyone else needs to get their characters too. So that's fine. I just happen to like the mainstream characters.
Give me one character that you've been waiting for, or that you would want to have a streaming show. Because they're kind of doing mine. I'm happy about Blade and Hawkeye and Moon Knight.
I got mine already, man. I got my Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I want my Venom done right, but it's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's probably tied up over there with Sony.
And I don't know, man. Like I got my WandaVision. I knew WandaVision was gonna be big, and I thought it was gonna have a little more implications, but I mean, there's still one episode left. But no, man, I'm just along with the ride. I just want good stuff. I want good stuff turned out and churned out and all that. So I kind of agree with you guys that Young Avengers could be like a Disney Plus movie. It's still pretty big, but they probably know it's not big enough for a movie theater. It's if these kids even stick around. But yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. We could be wrong. Could be the best show ever made, or it could be what we thought it would be.
Please
So-
just
Can't really
don't
be
be
the
another
best
Defenders.
I mean, maybe
How?
maybe they'll have a uh just because it's been our minds a very father son father and daughter story,
Hmm.
like Joel and Ellie, something very touching and because like his whole family was dead and then they brought him back. It's like, oh my god, I can train you now.
I don't think it's his daughter though.
I thought it was.
That
I
was.
thought it was too. I was
Yeah,
reading into it and I was like, I don't think.
Because like her like original character in the comics is different. She becomes Hawkeye through a traumatic event and then trains
Uh-huh.
but I thought I read somewhere that like they're making Kate his daughter this time, but
Oh, okay. They might.
maybe
I don't even know.
yeah. So
Yeah, because I was trying to read the comic stuff and I was like, oh, okay, they don't. It's not. So I thought it wasn't, but they could make it.
yeah, I mean,
It
who
would
knows?
make a little more sense. I don't know. Maybe.
I think what could be the best show might be, and I'm not excited for the show that much, but I think it could be Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think that could probably be the best show because
It's
it
gonna. I
could
think so.
it could give you a little bit more in the universe. It could introduce more because it's all the whole spy thing and keeping secrets. So maybe this whole time mutants were a secret, or maybe it
Mhm.
might introduce Wolverine. And then you also got that factor with Anthony McKay. Is that his name? McKee? And
Mackie.
Mackie
Yeah.
and Sebastian.
Mhm.
They kind of play off each other pretty well. So I think that one, if
Yeah.
any of them have a potential to be the best show, I think that one has.
Yeah, I mean, I am a little.
Probably.
I mean, it hasn't come out yet, but I'm a little biased to that show. But yeah, I mean, it could have great action, humor. It could have a good pacing, kind of everything you want. So yeah, again, you will know here when we talk about each episode when they come out. Ting. Um,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities with lower level characters they can do now with branching out to like the streaming service and bringing us new
Mhm.
stuff, stories. So we'll see where things go. And,
Like She-Hulk and all that. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
right.
Forgot about that.
So,
Cool.
um, so I think it's your turn next, Manny, I believe.
So I'm gonna switch it up. I told you guys before the show started which ones I'm gonna say, but I think this one's pretty big news. The third Spider-Man movie finally got a title. And if you guys didn't already know, the listeners, if you weren't keeping up, on Instagram, each of the actors, Tom Holland, what's this guy's name? The girl who plays Mary Jane, Zendaya, and man, what's the other guy's name? Who's the guy
Oh,
who plays
his friend, the guy in the chair.
Yeah, Ned. Man,
Yeah.
but what's his real name? Jacob.
Jacob. Yeah,
Latom,
right.
I think.
Jacob.
They both they all three of them posted their own stills that had all three of the characters in, and then they posted what they thought, and I have quotation marks up, what they thought was the title that was given to them by what's the director's name? What? Who's the director? You guys know who the director is?
No, okay.
John Watt.
John Watt. John Watt.
What?
So one of the names was Spider-Man from Home, from Tom Holland. From Jacob, his title was Spider-Man Homewrecker, and Zendaya's was Spider-Man Home Slice. Phone Home for Tom Holland, I thought that was going to be it,
Yeah.
and then I saw Jacob's Homewrecker. I didn't see Zendaya's until the day after, but Phone Home, I was like, oh, that's a good one. Is he going somewhere?
Yeah, he's gonna be stuck somewhere.
That ended up being fake. And the real title is Spider-Man No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Which even holds it even more. So
what was I gonna tell you? I mean, that was all like within 2 days of each other, wasn't it?
yeah. within 2 days. And what's interesting too is that each title has their own color scheme, which is very, very interesting. Like Tom Holland's color scheme reminded me of like Doc Ock.
Okay.
Jacobs, I don't know. It almost looked like it was like Cops. I don't know what that color scheme kind of reminded me of, but it was almost like red and blue, like cops or like he's in trouble with the cops. And then Zendaya's was like a pinkish red. That didn't really remind me of anything character wise, but the one that we're getting, it's kind of like a blue and red, almost like a Spider-Man 2099. And then, No Way Home. I like the title.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Stuff happens.
I just got to see it.
Interesting. I mean,
keep seeing that no other Spider-Man's in the movie, so I don't know if he's just really hiding it or what.
And they haven't said really much of anything, right, for this movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah. I think
that's good.
I think the No Way Home is pretty interesting, especially after the end of the second one where he gets doxxed pretty much, and everyone knows who he is now. So could be like literally him. There's no way home because everyone knows where you live. They know who you are now, and you just had to try to save face, I guess. And again, because this has to do with Doctor Strange as well. There's other stuff that could be. So again, like
That's what
the
I was
whole
thinking.
like home theme titles is pretty interesting. The first one was more tongue in cheek. Hey, Homecoming, he's back. But yeah, this is pretty interesting. Like I said, there's a lot of things going out, casting ideas, rumors, not rumors. Well, maybe, but no, not really. This movie is steeped in mystery, which is a good thing because keeps us guessing and talking about it, and we all want to. So, pretty excited about that one. I guess not really much after that, but we want to see it. Give us to us now.
Oh yeah.
Who's up next?
I'll go next.
Mr. White.
Terminator animated show from the Batman writer in development at Netflix.
What Batman writer?
That's a good. Madison Tomlin.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
It says developed an anime series from the Batman writer. So I think this was the Batman, the guy who did that.
Okay.
So this franchise has a really not even like a steep decline. They just like fell off a cliff and just kept falling and hit every rock on the way down.
Yep.
No,
I've been doing that for 20 years.
Like it went. You're talking about Terminator?
In general, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terminator went up, and then you're right, just fell off a cliff.
Yeah, like
Sky high.
Like 3
Rise
is
of the Machines, I think.
Yeah, like 3 is but the ending's great because But after that, it's just miss after miss after miss. Maybe this will fix it, or not fix it, but at least give it new life. Maybe it could be good. Excuse me. Could be interesting. Could be boring. Could be stupid.
It's just not another movie, right? I mean, they're trying to get some
right, guys.
So
it's an animation or it's an anime?
Animation.
Yeah. Okay. And Netflix, right?
Netflix, yeah.
Okay.
So it is something. I mean, yeah, a lot of these 80s franchises are not doing well. Predator, Alien, Terminator, even RoboCop back when they did their remake. So we'll see.
They might have a little more opportunity just to. I mean, because there's things you just can't do because of budget or it looks stupid or. Hopefully they can do something.
I mean, they've had a pretty big budget past in the last 3 movies. Not like they have the opportunity to just.
I'm hoping they could spend more time in areas that we haven't seen much. I don't know. In the Future Machine War. I mean, I like the way he wrote the Batman show.
Yeah.
Just because it's fun and it's like really goes for it kind of thing. So
Right. I feel like it just give us the war already. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm
how,
saying.
like how many times can we keep rewriting
Just
the
threatening the
damn?
war over and over. It's like,
It's like, oh, like
ugh.
it's no longer Skynet. It's this app, but it's the same thing. Where it just
It's like,
keeps
go
getting pushed
back and
back.
prevent it. Go back and prevent it. Go back and
Yeah.
prevent it. It's like,
I
okay,
mean,
man, we fucking get it. There's been 30 years of this.
like the damn
Somebody
fucking
come up with something.
yeah. I mean, even in the lore it says you can't stop it. It just pushes it back. You know what I mean? So like, just show us the
Yeah.
main fight. Show us the ending of the war.
Or how about
Balls
John
out.
Connor realizes I can't change it, so let's just fix it instead of trying to go back all the time. I don't know. Something, dude. Just stop doing the same shit.
I see what you're saying, and I mean, it would be different, and I'll take it because the first two are classics, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Um, just do it right. Oh Jesus, just do it right.
Please do
That's
something
all.
right.
Just,
This series
so,
in is embarrassment.
you know, there's a couple highlights in each film for a scene or two, but overall, it's just a dumpster fire.
Audiences are just like, how many times I have to teach you this lesson, old man? We are not gonna watch this shit. Stop making these movies.
It's funny. So, I don't think we have much to add to that besides just shitting on it. So we'll go
Yeah,
ahead
basically.
to our next news. Frank,
Uh,
what do you got?
I'm gonna just. This one's a little long.
Sure, good.
PlayStation just took a big crap
What?
and gave and gave us like every piece of news they have. They just started firing.
Oh.
So they had an event called Play at Home,
Sure.
and it was like a streaming event, and they announced a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm.
And I'm just gonna highlight a couple things that I thought were cool.
Sure.
One thing, PSVR 2 was announced. They said that it will not come out this year,
Mm.
but dev kits are going out, so developers will be starting to work on it. They said it's going to have the improvements that you would expect, like graphics and speed and all that. They didn't give any specs yet, and they said that they want it to be a single cable setup, so that can be much more simple.
Yeah.
Because right now you have to have a little box and like 6 cables, and it's just insane. And they said something about they want to make new controllers, so it's kind of about time for that because obviously they're using like PS3 Move controllers to make it work. So it's all kind of hacked together for the first PSVR. And so yeah, I mean I'm having a lot of fun with PSVR, so I'll be down for this. Probably we're gonna see it sometime next year. So the only thing they didn't really say is like, is it gonna work with all the other PSVR games? I'm sure it probably will.
Right. Hey,
But
hope so.
that's going to be my biggest thing. Like if it only works with PSVR 2 games, that would really suck. So hopefully that's not the case.
Yeah, hopefully not, but it's a possibility.
Along with that, they had a lot of trailers. Uh, I only was really interested in a couple of them. There's one called Sifu, which is like some kind of martial arts fighting game. They did show gameplay. Looks kind of cool. There's like fights that remind me of like the Daredevil hallway fight where like you're fighting a bunch of dudes. Looks kind of interesting. So that's supposed to come out this year. There's a trailer for Final Fantasy VII remake, which I bought it on PS4, but there's a free PS5 upgrade in June. So I just haven't played it. I'm waiting for that update to finish the game. And they did say which games we're getting for free in March.
Mhm.
So you actually could get Final Fantasy VII remake for free, and then a game called Remnant. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's like a third-person, like monster shooting game.
Mm-hmm.
And then something called Maquette, which I have absolutely no idea what it is, and a PSVR game called Farpoint. So a bunch of free stuff, and then they're also gonna do Ratchet and Clank for free,
Hey,
which is I think the remake from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And the last thing they said is
it's gonna be the remake.
Yeah, I think we all have it, right? I
Nope.
think. Oh, okay. Yeah, so they obviously want to start hooking people for the game that's going out this summer, and then you're gonna have a chance to get 100 days free of Funimation.
Say what?
And I think no PS Plus required to claim Ratchet and Clank over the 100 free days.
Say what?
And I think that starts. I think that starts on March 1st. So you'll find out more details there. We're like 2 days early for that we're recording right now. But yeah, you can get all that free stuff, and then go look at those trailers that came out. That was it. It was a lot of stuff, man. They really threw a lot of things out there.
What did I just there? VR. I like playing it. Don't own it. Probably never will own it. I will go over your house and play it. So we'll cross that bridge when we get
I'll
there.
give you my first one when I get the second one. That way you can
Here you
play Batman or whatever. No, not like that, dude. I could easily sell it or something. But I think you would have fun with it, man. You should try it.
Funny.
I mean, you have tried it, but you should play it more at home and stuff.
I hear you. Everything else is interesting. How do you feel about Final Fantasy games in general? I never could get into them. The only one I could is like one of my all-time favorites, Final Fantasy Tactics on
Yes, Tactics.
Game Boy Advance, Advance. I love that game with the passion.
Oh yeah, love that. I never have liked Final Fantasy games. The only one I was interested in was 7 because one of my friends played it like hell, but I couldn't play the turn-based stuff. And then the demo came out for PS4, and it's more of a real-time action game now. And then I like the characters, the voice acting, the graphics. It kind of just sold me. The demo was like, damn, okay, this is pretty cool. And it's going to be free, so you guys should add it to your library, and someday maybe you'll play it. But I did like what I saw there, and yeah, I played. I think I got like 5 hours in before I stopped, and the reason I didn't have a good reason. I just played other stuff, and I never went back. And then I heard there was going to be a free upgrade, so I said, I'm just going to wait for the upgrade before I finish it. But yeah, for free, I think you guys might like it because it's what'd you call it? It's real time, and then you can pause it. Like kind of like Mass Effect, where you could pause it and like plan attacks or like tell your teammates to do stuff. You could like do that in the middle of the action kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like that, like a tactical view or something. Like you pause for a second.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm excited for that, man. I've never been a big Final Fantasy guy.
I never was either at all.
I'll play Ratchet and Clank before I watch that.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. But I mean, just add it to your library so that way you have it for free.
Yeah, I guess.
How old were Ratchet and Clank came out?
I know, I hear you.
Yeah, because like I don't know.
I'm excited for the new Ratchet. I think it's gonna be cool.
As a wee lad, as a wee lad, I played like the first 3 Ratchet and Clank, or the first 2-3 Ratchet and Clank games.
Those are fun games, man.
They're
really
fun.
They're good.
And that new one looks
funny
too. Yeah, so
yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm with many that I'd rather play that than before the Final Fantasy. Sorry to all the Final Fantasy fans out there. I just don't get it. But
no, I don't get it either.
Sure.
No, they don't. They're too busy.
Playing Final Fantasy 7 again.
That was all I had. I'm out of news.
So what? Okay, that's fair. How many you got? One.
We have a rule of 3 per person, Sonny.
Did you do 3 already?
No.
Right?
No, I did. I need one more.
There you go. See, so rule 3 hasn't in effect yet. You son of a bee.
Well, I don't know why you're asking how many more I got.
Well, I said.
All right, I'll go next. My last one was pretty big, and I thought I shared it with you guys on our chat that we got, but I don't know what happened, and I can't pronounce his name. So, you guys heard about the new Superman movie that is in development?
Yes.
Yeah, you shared it. Yep.
Tanishi Coates. If I'm killing that name, I'm sorry. But apparently he's he writes for Black Panther. I read somewhere else. So he's this writer. He's writing the new Superman movie. I'm sorry, Superman film from DC and Warner Brothers. And the big thing about this film that's going to be produced by Bad Robot, who is they are owned by J.J. Abrams. Also, Hannah McGillahella, whatever, will serve as a producer as well. So at first,
so the comic book writer is gonna write the movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tanishi
wow.
Coates.
Okay. That's crazy.
And not much has come out, but the rumor is what?
No cable?
No, what? No cable.
No cable? No Henry Cable for this?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So it's weird because the more I read about it, it says that it is part of the DC extended universe. The other rumor is that this is going to introduce a black Superman. So we shall see.
Black as in ethnicity or black suit?
Ethnicity.
Okay. That makes sense because the writer,
Yeah. And then, someone who's always been attached to the Black Superman or being a Black Superman is Michael B. Jordan, which I believe he's part of a movie that this writer currently is in or that wrote for. So we'll see how it goes with that.
So is it going to, do you think it would be like a Miles Morales situation where there's another Kryptonian out there and he's not Clark Kent, but he is Superman? Or like how do you think they would handle it?
I could see them turning everything on their head.
Yeah.
And this legit being a black Superman.
And just being like, we're doing something totally different here.
Like different universe, black
different
Superman.
everything, right?
Which is always possible.
Like Elseworlds,
But at the same time, they're probably not as famous as a family, but like Superman has his own like family dynamic, Supergirl, Superboy, Steel, and all that kind of stuff. So it could just be part of that, and then they bring him in to have his own thing. Which either way,
Supergirl's Latina now too.
Oh yeah.
So, So
Shaq's still alive. He could be Steel again.
Oh God.
He's very much alive. This would be interesting. I would, again, like Superman is not my favorite, but I will defend him to the death. I think he is one of the best symbols of a hero that comics has and should always be. But I wouldn't mind seeing a different take or a different story that we haven't seen, or maybe incorporate it with something else. Because like
it needs a coat of paint somewhere. Because
like there was that one storyline where like Krypton was just because I remember, like, let's just say like in the Snow Globe, there's like a whole universe, a whole bunch of them are still alive in there, and then they actually they pop out and they actually threaten to take over the Earth because they're so powerful now. It's like like just like something different besides
because of the sun.
Yeah, and like besides Luthor or or Zod or Luthor again. Something
I like
different.
Man of Steel, man. To me that was
good. Me too.
I love the intro, where his father's going through Krypton and we're seeing some of their planet stuff. But you're seeing something new here, man. So hopefully this could be something different.
Yeah, and write him like Superman. That's it. I don't know how to say that. I guess read All-Star Superman. I guess and take inspiration from that.
Yeah.
I think that's still one of the best written stories of Superman, next to like Red Sun and a few others. Give us something different, new, that still feels fresh and old, I guess.
Sorry.
I don't know how else to put it that way, but we'll see. Give us something new.
There should be a code on the TV.
I'll move on to my last piece of news here. Director Neil Blomkamp says that District 10 is happening and that he's working on the script right now. Neil Blomkamp is one of my favorite directors of all time. I love his movies. I love his little side projects that he did on YouTube. I like his approach to trying to make these films. Give me more. Again, like I think out of the three major films he's made, this is the one that people wanted when it came out. Like, we need a District 10 right now because
yeah, that's like 12 years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah. So it released in 2009. District 10.
Yeah, and they said Charlton's coming back.
Charlton Copley.
I'm glad he's coming back to the big screen because to me, I did like those shorts, but I was kind of annoyed that I was like, "Come on, dude! I want you to make big movies still." Like you know,
those shorts, like, proof of concept. He was
like
trying
you
to get
could
those
crank more ideas out there, right?
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
I think Firestorm was the closest to getting funded, but something happened and it fell through. But like the reason why he made those shorts was this is a proof of concept. If someone pick up the rights to film it, we have the script ready to go. This is just a taste of what it could be. So
Yeah, I know, but he did it for so damn long that I was like, come on, dude.
I mean,
I want you to come back and do movies. I mean, his last one was what? The Elysium, wasn't it? Oh, Chappie.
Chappie.
Yeah.
Daddy, you want to be there?
I mean, we're talking about 6 years.
Hey, Chappie, you want to be that dog right there?
And the next movie is gonna be another year, so. Yeah, Chappie. That was funny.
Ninja is funny.
I think my favorite of his is probably Elysium.
Same. I again, I love everything he does, but Elysium for me, it just hit different. I was just like, oh shit, this is awesome.
That was just so good.
So yes, he's coming back.
Yeah, man, I'm down. Let's do it.
Give me everything.
I loved District 9 when it came out.
Yeah.
It's one of those that I haven't rewatched a lot though. Not sure why.
I think you have to be in a kind of a mood to like watch it, and then like right mood is like, this is awesome. Because I mean, Sharlto Copley, he's good, but sometimes he's a little annoying. He just like rambles on and like,
wait, man, hey, what the heck, man? Yeah.
Like, Jesus, calm down a little bit. But
I know.
Yeah, so
I know a guy who's just like him. It's funny.
So sorry.
Nah, he's a nice guy though. But it's funny. Like, they remind me of each other.
Yeah, but that's it for my news, guys.
Cool. Had a lot of news.
I think we hit the 3, so I think we're good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. I guess we'll just jump into our nerd outs, and then
I guess we will, sir.
I will go first.
Take charge, my man. Take charge.
First thing is a podcast, 2 episodes in particular. The show is called Deep Cuts. I think the network that brings this is called Boy Genius. The 2 episodes in particular that I watched that I found pretty interesting is Dan Bilzerian, social media fraud, case number 50, and case 49, the Warrens, ghost grifters and secret pedophiles ? They kind of delve into like the backstory of these things of people and like events or certain things, and a lot of stuff I didn't know about. Like Dan Bilzerian, I always knew he's just a guy on Instagram that always like, I fuck girls and shoot guns all day because I'm a bro, yeah. And kind of like learning that his dad is just a crooked guy, just always stealing money and embezzling. Just a lot of shit. And like him claiming that his money came from him winning poker tournaments, and it's all alleged, can't say it's true, but that was his dad's money that he like hid away for him, and said, oh, here you go, son, you can have it now. Just lie your ass off on how you got it. So going through all that and like learning learning about him and all that kind of stuff is pretty interesting. Again, I only knew of him. I didn't know anything about him, and it was cool to be like, let's find out more about this guy. I'm like, damn, he's a dude.
And it's called Deep Cuts.
Deep Cuts, yes. And then the episode about the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren. You might remember those names from the Conjuring movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're pretty of shit people too. So,
Hmm.
yeah, man, it's
So they try to find info about popular topics and people and stuff.
yeah, people, topics, events, all that kind of stuff. Like
There's one
just
about juggalos that just came out.
yeah, like just like titles here, like Case 46, Rise and Fall of Napster. That'd be pretty cool to listen to. The worst Harry Potter fanfic ever written. How our Adam Sandler hoax went viral, so on and so forth. So like a bunch of different topics of stuff that random stuff and topics that throughout pop culture you might find interesting and be able to um, uh, talk about like a next family function or party thing and be like, hey, did you hear about this? Well, let me teach you.
Yeah.
So
That sounds kind of, yeah, I want to hear the Warrens one.
yeah, that was actually, I was like, damn, I didn't know shit about it. Cause like again, like when I was little, I really well, I still do, but like I was really wanting to be like a ghost hunter when I was a kid. I wanted to go like hunt and play like
You
hey,
just said you still want to.
no, I used to. I
Oh,
like
I
ghost
would
movies
still want
and like
to.
stories, but
That'd be cool.
when I was a kid, I was like, I want to go to haunted hotels. I want to go to houses. I want to record. I want
yeah,
all.
no, fuck
Like
that.
I was like,
Dude, my
I'm like,
my
no.
uh my nerd out ties right into what you're saying. Keep going.
And yeah, so like, and I always heard their names because like again, like I watched a lot of TV, a lot of stuff on ghosts and supernatural stuff, and like you know, I
Yeah.
heard them tied with the Amityville Horror and a bunch of the Annabelle doll, and a bunch of this other stuff. And come to find out, they're just like allegedly. I don't think anything has been proven yet, but
Hmm.
who knows? They would like insert themselves in the cases just so they can write about it and sell the rights of the books without giving anyone props for it and make money off.
Probably.
And like just like being just despicable people. Like apparently Ed started a relationship with his wife, knowing with like a underage girl, and she lived with them upstairs. They like build like a whole room for above their house, and it just really
Jesus.
weird. Like Jesus, these guys are. I can
But
never.
they're not alive anymore, right?
No,
Or are they just
I think Ed died. I think like 2009, seven, and then Lorraine I think died like a couple years ago. So they are
Mhm.
dead gone now. But it was really
Yeah.
interesting though. Again, these people that I always heard about, and people talk about them like they're like the superheroes fighting against good and evil and trying to save people's soul. And it's like, nope, not at all. That's not true. So it's like shit.
Hmm.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I might listen to a couple of those.
Yeah, I would definitely check out those two episodes in particular, just kind of get a feel for like yeah,
Yeah.
they're just two guys talking, and they're like, that's fucked up, man. These guys are real ass. Like, kind of are.
Yeah, I
So,
know, right?
but
Yeah, it's good to have a variety of stuff.
oh yeah. I listened to this on Spotify. I don't believe it's an exclusive, so you should be able to find it anywhere else. But again, since Spotify is my main choice of podcasting
Hmm.
stuff, that's where I saw it.
And that leads us to today's sponsor. Dun, 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 dun. Oh wait, we don't have any sponsors.
Oh shit.
Shutter, get your ass over here.
Yes. Hurry up. My last nerd out for the week. I started to watch My Hero Academia on
Nice.
Hulu, and
You
I'm
like it?
halfway through season two. So I'll talk about season
Hey.
one. Um, I love the first half of season one. Um,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
the- I mean, to break down the
You
whole
said the first half of
first half,
season one?
yeah, I absolutely loved it. The way that they introduced the world, the character, and
Yep.
him talking about being heroes and all that kind of stuff, and the motivation. The problem, I think, the second half is still really good, but the problem is kind of what happens in Dragon Ball Z. A fight gets drawn out by like 4 or 5 episodes, and it's just a lot
Yeah,
of talking. It's
that's
like,
like the style.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
shonen style. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because I was actually talking with a friend about this specific genre of anime, is shonen, where it's basically like YA stories for like Japan, where it's like
Hmm.
a young person either gets powers or has to fulfill a destiny, or he wants to be the
Yep.
best there is. and they're usually in high school, like young teenager stuff like that. This is very much a big genre, and yeah, like
Yeah.
again, like when they do have action scenes, they are really cool.
They are cool, man.
There's one with like the greatest heroes called Alt Might in this world. And there's a
Hmm.
great scene with him and this weird muscular brain showing crow guy, like just like a big ass bird with
Yeah.
with his brain showing. It's an awesome fight.
Like an evil
Uh,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, and again, without context, it sounds weird, but it is pretty cool
Yep.
when you see it. Um, and I like that the threat, like the main bad guy, he just shows up out of nowhere. It's just like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm here, I'm gonna fuck your shit up, and it's like, oh, that's
Like
kind of
the one trying to lead the villains.
yeah, because
Yeah.
typically it's either this big buildup of like, oh, this is this evil bad guy that's been ruling for 100 years, or this guy turned bad guy. This guy literally comes out of nowhere with like an army, goes like, hey, I'm here to kill your ass.
Yep.
And anyone around, I'm gonna kill him too. I'm like, shit.
Kick your ass, and then I'm gonna
So,
kick yo.
yeah,
I like this show though, man. I was trying to finish season 4 recently because that's where I left off.
mhm,
But they go into more on his backstory, and that gets interesting when that
yeah,
happens.
yeah. I mean,
And you
and
said you're like halfway on 2?
yeah, I just got finished with the superhero showcase
Mm-hmm.
tournament.
The
Uh,
arena thing.
yeah, which was really fun too.
That
Some
was cool.
great character beats in there. Some great like little mini backstory stuff. It's great. Like this show is really good at like backstories and building characters and giving like
Yeah.
side characters without like a whole episode dedicated to that person. Just going like, this is who they are. This is what you need to know, and that affects the story moving forward. The only thing, and I think this is an anime or shonen thing, they over explain everything. Every single
Yeah.
something like, oh, he is like we just saw it happen, and like a second
Right.
later, oh, well he went in for the attack, and then midway he changed directions so he can get to his back to hit him back with a secret attack. I know, I just saw that. I just saw him
Like
leap
they
over.
sit around like pondering like
Yeah, it's like
what they
I
just
know.
showed you. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like I don't need to hear your thought process for every move. Just do it.
There are shows
um,
that are worse because they take even longer. But
yeah,
yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, they
that's the
do
one
that.
thing that's like irks me about like this. I don't know if it's just genre or an anime as a whole. Because I mean, I like anime, but I'm not like a big fan of it.
Yeah,
A
same.
lot There's a lot of over explaining everything, little detail that I don't necessarily need at all because we just saw it happen. I
Yeah.
don't need it down. It's pretty obvious what happened. But
Did you
um,
see the hero killer yet? Did you get to that part yet?
yes, he just showed up like just now.
Yeah,
Um,
I love the
I think
ending of that, or the way they deal with him. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's like I think I'm on episode 23 of season two,
Okay.
so he just showed up. I will say though, I haven't felt this way about like these heroes characters since
Mm-hmm.
uh Dragon Ball Z, where I'm like, I want to see what happens next. I'm very invested in these characters.
Yeah.
I remember like growing up, like like Vegeta and Goku, and like
Yep.
they're struggling, and Trunks and the android. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And this one kind of gives me that same feeling where like I don't want anything bad to happen to them. Like I genuinely actually like these characters and the
Yeah,
world and the way that they
like
interact.
Midoriya and stuff, and
Yeah,
yeah,
it's really
I like
good.
his buddy or the one who's an asshole.
Yeah,
He's always like telling people, "Hey, shut your damn mouth!" Like, or I'll blow your face off, because he's got like these arm cannons and stuff.
it's a really cool power. And
Yeah,
just so confident with swagger. He's like,
and it's
hey,
kind of a funny
so-
show too. It's like,
it is funny. And
lighthearted.
like, you know how anime can be pervy at times, either intentionally or unintentionally. This one, like, it's pervy, but it knows that it's doing it, and like it shames the character for doing it, but it's still
Yeah,
there.
and
So
it's
like,
still fun. It's like in a funny way, kind of
yeah,
like
it's a funny
when
way.
Roshi does it. It's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you pervy son of a bitch!" Like, like that kind of
Oh,
thing.
geez, wow. Um,
It's a funny
yeah,
show.
this is
I
this
like
is
it.
really cool. Again, like I'm always usually a dollar short or a year behind on a lot of shows, but this one I'm like able to actually find some time to pick it up and start watching it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm hoping to be done by next episode, but we'll just kind of depends on how the week goes. But Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of want to watch it again right now.
The fights are really cool, man. Like sometimes
Great.
when they use the powers or they try to do a big dramatic moment, it definitely really nice.
Yeah.
Really nicely done. And that's why I like when you watch some of the DC stuff, you're like, man, this looks like shit.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
it's interesting anime because like a lot of the episodes might be like one episode might cost millions of dollars to like make. And
Oh, right.
the reason why a lot of shows don't get picked up for season two or anything like that is because the merchandise sale weren't there or the overseas DVD sales weren't there. And there's so much money to make these episodes, it's insane.
Oh, yeah, man.
Um, so like if it's not a hit right off the bat, you're basically not going to get a season two out of it. And this one I think sold a lot of merch when it came out. It was very popular.
Oh, yeah.
Bat, so it was able to go for 4 seasons, maybe five. I did this four on Hulu. I'm not sure if it's still going or not, but um, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're working on season 5, I think, right
oh,
now.
so they're working on
Yeah.
5 now. So
And
and
I like this because it's quick. Like it's 20 minutes, maybe 18 if you include the music and all that.
yeah, I would say skip the first 3 minutes of the episode because usually it's just a recap of what just happened and
Yeah.
then the intro. So you can usually skip the first 3 minutes and then you got like 20 minutes an episode. You're in and you're out.
Yep.
And again, like I keep talking about it, but like the world, I just like the world feels natural and the way they
Mm-hmm.
talk about powers, like powers not they're not called powers, they're called quirks. Quirks and like some have almost everyone has them, but some of them are only like elite level kind of stuff is really cool and how they learn how to use their powers. So
Some are
uh,
like useless or stupid
yeah,
or some of them like just turn you like you could be turned into a ugly potato or something. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Like that's
yeah,
just an
it's just like
example.
it's,
And
it's like
that person
I'm
just
super.
hates themselves, or they might become a villain because their quirk made them like an outcast, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, the world is pretty rich. That they don't go too deep into it, but there's enough there where like the world's built and you know how it works and you understand why things the way they are in the world. So
Yeah.
I would definitely if you're looking for something anime-ish or something along the lines of Dragon Ball Z, I would definitely give this one a try if you have some time. It's on Hulu. They
Yeah.
have they have both the subtitles and dubbed versions for all
Mm-hmm.
the episodes, which is nice. Not like some are dubbed and some are all, the rest are subtitled. They're all dubbed, which is nice.
Yeah. And it's
So,
high quality dub, man. It sounds like
oh,
the
it's great.
natural language almost, I would say.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
So
always good.
Yeah, it's well done. It's not some crappy half-assed attempt or anything.
that's it for my nerd outs. I'll be right back 1 second so you guys can go ahead into yours.
Cool.
We're back.
Man, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. So I kind of was trying to get into the DC animation. I wanted to watch Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and while watching it, I was like, maybe I should be watching something else because they were just mentioning stuff that seemed like it was in another movie. Like I knew that Death of Superman came out, the remake of that, and then Ray, what is it? Rise of Superman or something like that.
Is that the one
Was
where
it
like
Rise of
there's
Superman?
the evil ones or something?
There's all different kind of Supermen. Rise
Yeah.
of Superman. Is that what it is? The Rise of Superman. No, Reign of the Superman.
Yes. Yeah. I
So
didn't see that.
so I started watching those, and I'm kind of caught up. I started with Constantine. That was a web series that they kind of made into a movie. I forgot what the full title of that one was. And then I saw Death of Superman, and then it said to watch Batman Hush, and then also Wonder Woman Bloodlines. So I'm just gonna cave in and watch those two. And
How about the
then
new Soul of the Dragon? Did you see that one yet?
I didn't see that one. I know that I'm trying to get to Justice League first, the Dark Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Because I know in that one, spoiler alert, Batman basically gets taken over by Darkseid.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Is it on
So
Max or what? Where did you see all
Yeah,
this?
they're on Max.
God damn it.
It's on HBO Max. Yeah.
Are they
So
any
I'm gonna
good or
start
what? What'd you
watching
think?
those. So I'm not a fan of the animation, and I'm not a fan of who voices Batman. It's not bad. The story of Death of Superman is very similar to what we got in the comics, but just mix in a little Justice League in there.
Damn, Tony Todd is Darkseid.
He's awesome. You
That's
don't get
pretty
enough
cool.
of him. I'm hoping Apocalypse you get a little bit more, but right now you don't.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just watching that. I'm on. Man, it took me so long to watch Reign of Superman because I would knock out, or I would get interrupted, or I would just have to watch it again. But I finally watched it, and now I'm on Batman Hush. And I know I didn't like Batman Hush when it first came out, but I think it's because I really wanted it to be an adaptation of the comic, and it's not going to be that. It's going to be a part of their connected universe. Which for DC animation, what I loved about it is that they just basically brought the comic book into real life, and they're not so much doing that right now. So it is what it is.
Well, I might check them out now that they're on Max.
They're on HBO Max. I think I've maybe said this on here before. I know I've said it to my friends. I think HBO Max is far superior to Netflix. And maybe I shouldn't say far superior, but I enjoy finding things on HBO Max that I've missed in the past, where Netflix is they're kind of riding their own wave, and it's more about their stuff rather than old stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of it just doesn't appeal to me.
So I'm liking that, and then after that, not much, man. I did go on my little workout trend, so I'm staying up with that. And then baseball's around the corner. I think the first game is on the 1st, which would be Monday. And I know the first game for the White Sox is on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, you guys got a lot riding on. So hopefully the White Sox could do something, or they just are a failure. But that's really it. I think that's it.
So special.
Well, let's say it one more time.
The Cubs are so special, huh?
We are super special.
Special head, maybe,
it's fine. You guys got to win before you guys could say anything, but you guys got to have a lot. You guys have a lot of young talent. And we could have hired your GM, but we overlooked him because we got Theo Epstein. So it's okay though. Your GM's doing good though.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have all these players. You got one championship in like how many years? You guys are amazing. Wins are wins. You got to bring the ring home. Talking about we did stack for years. We got one ring for it. Good job.
You got 0 since 05.
Like the 85 Bears. Oh yeah, great team. They get one ring. Love the 85 Bears, but I mean,
like the 5 White Sox, 1 in 05.
Yeah, and that's fine. It didn't take us 100 years, which is nice. You know, don't want to be dead twice.
Years doesn't matter because we won in 16.
And you haven't won since. So.
And you haven't won since 05. So.
Yeah. You always gonna hang your hand. Oh yeah, we did it, but we did before you. We gonna do it again. We get more at the end. It's plain and simple.
It sucks that everyone forgets about
you guys this big old stack team. Oh yeah, we're so good. Each year you get one ring out of like 5 years. That's not a good number. That's not great.
Oh, you're the main reason why I hope the White Sox fail.
You're the hope. You're actually the two main reasons why I hope the Cubs fail. So.
Well, they're failing anyway, but you guys have a young core that I hope gets good for your sake or stays good for your sake. But we'll see how it goes. Baseball's around the corner. It's fun and exciting.
Best time of year.
All right, man.
Was that it for you? You got anything else, or should we move on to Frank?
No, we're moving on to Frank.
Okay.
I don't have much. I watched a movie on Netflix. It was #1, so you probably heard of it. I Care a Lot.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really hear of it.
I don't know. I didn't hear of it until I turned it on, or until Nicole wanted to turn it on. And I did like it. It was a little long, but I did like it. It was interesting, but it wasn't really that amazing. That's probably kind of a crappy review, but
I mean, it's crap.
I
You know?
kind of already forgot. I wrote it down like after I watched it. I was like, okay, I'll just throw it on the nerd out, and nothing really else came up because I haven't done anything that I'm super nerding out about. But one night I did find something interesting.
Mhm.
I was browsing Reddit, like I couldn't really sleep, and it was late. Everybody's asleep, and I found they have like these streams where people can stream and do whatever they want. They might have a talent or something. They might be good at a certain like obscure instruments or something like that. But I came across one where this guy was streaming a game called Phasmophobia, and it's a co-op or a single player ghost hunting game. And that's why I was laughing when you were talking about ghost shit, because I was like, oh, okay. It's funny that we're both talking about it.
Ghost.
And like back when Ghost Hunters was a big thing, like probably what, like 05, 07?
The funny thing is, it's still a thing, but yeah.
I mean, like the show, like that was probably like, like one of the first big shows about it that was really.
Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, remember with like the taps guys, like.
It came out like what, like
Wasn't that on
2001?
Sci-Fi?
Yeah, they're like
Like
plumbers during the day.
2005?
Fucking ghost hunters at night or something.
Long time ago.
Plumbers
Still
during
going.
the day.
Yeah, their day job is plumbing, but they
Roto-Rooter.
yeah, Roto-Rooter. And I guess in their spare time or something, they're really passionate about ghost hunting, so they go around to places that are haunted, and they set up cameras and stuff. So this guy was really entertaining me. He was taking it serious, but also like just kind of interacting and laughing and stuff. And it's like you can take on jobs, and so you could go to like a prison or an apartment or something like that, and you go there and you have like your mobile like setup, so you have like tools, and you can go get different tools. Like you could go investigate, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna set up a camera over here. And then you can go back to your mobile unit and be like, look at the camera, see if you see anything happening. Or you could go record voices and stuff. Like the game has like a feature where you could talk to the game. Like if you hold down a button, you can ask the ghost questions like, why are you here? What are you doing? And you might make noises, and then you got to go investigate. You got to figure out like which kind of spirit is there.
Oh.
And then it could manifest and it could come after you, and you got to go hide. So it gets intense. It's like a dark atmosphere, like kind of like the Slender game, if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but you're ghost hunting and you have different tools and stuff. And if you want to play with friends, you could have one guy in the command center watching the cameras. The other guys are running around the place trying to figure stuff out. I thought it was cool, man. I was like, this is like so cool. Like I thought, like back when I was watching that show, I was like, this is kind of cool. It would be interesting to do. But anyway, the stream I thought was fun, and I kind of like stayed up way too late watching him play it and stuff like that. So I think it just came out recently, and I think you do have a option to play in VR.
Oh,
So
good.
you probably shit your pants doing that, but yeah, it's just cool. I thought it was interesting, so I was watching the streams and stuff.
Actually, does sound like a pretty fun game, actually.
Yeah, if you go look it up on YouTube, there's a lot of streams of it, Phasmophobia, and I have some saved that I'm gonna watch when I get bored. But yeah, that was kind of cool. There was a lot to it, surprisingly. But
Cool.
yeah, that was it. I didn't do that much.
Oh man, you did something and you enjoyed yourself, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good, man. Sounds like we had a pretty solid nerd week
Yep.
because it's time to do some ghost shit. Well, I think it's that time of night where we stick a knife.
That sounds so dirty. I guess that time of night where
We're gonna have to cut the show off short a little bit here because we'll be talking about spoiler talks for WandaVision episode 8. So, do we have anything to add before we do our whole sign off spiel?
Nope.
Take the
Nope.
silence. No. Okay. So, if you wish to listen to the audio version of this podcast, you can head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts and any podcasting app of your choice. You want to watch the audio, the video portion of the podcast, head over to youtube.com, type in 3 on Sunday. We'll pop up because we're still first and awesome. And if you want to follow up to date when the newest episode pops on Sunday, times vary, but always on Sunday, follow us on Facebook. And all we can say is thank you for taking time out. Hopefully you find this entertaining in some way, shape, or form. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And warning, spoilers.
Okay.
If you haven't watched WandaVision, pause this, go watch it, come back as we get into this newest installment of WandaVision. Keep it up. First
Cool.
initial thoughts. What do you guys feel about this episode? Did you like it? You hate it? You love it?
I loved it.
I like it.
They
I
said
don't
the
know
thing.
loving. But I like it.
Yeah. Nah, man, it was awesome.
I think, well, I guess the reason why I find it because
Because
either
like
we
you kind of knew this stuff already, kind of thing.
yeah, I mean, there's
Like it's like,
nothing
oh,
like
let's go listen to her trauma. It's like we already know all that, right? Kind of
yeah,
that.
well, like the whole Agatha thing, like oh, it was her the whole time. It's like it wasn't really, it really wasn't. She was just fishing for information.
Mhm.
It's all Wanda so far. Again, we have one episode left, but they have a lot to cover, a lot to cover. Um, I guess just to try to recap the best we can, we pick up right where we left off with episode 7. Wanda's in the basement. Agatha goes, "Hi, my name is Agatha,"
Yeah.
and through the whole spiel, she gets Wanda gets really upset and like tries to fight back, and then Agatha's like, "Bitch, this is my house. You can't do that shit." And ties her up in a bond and says, "Hey, how do you do in this? How do you do this magic? You like this is some high level stuff." She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about, crazy lady. I didn't do any of this. It's not on purpose. I don't know what I'm doing." And Agatha goes, "Okay, let's find out what's going on. I need to know how you're doing this."
Mhm.
And it is very evident now, especially with the very beginning scene where we open up in Salem and Agatha is on a post getting ready to be destroyed by her own coven for dealing dark magic. She uses a spell to kind of relive very key points in Wanda's life and where her magic either started or how it got or into where we are now. The first door that we enter into Wanda's past is her as a child, and we kind of learn that that's where this whole theme of the show came from. Involved, these sitcoms. As a child, her dad would bring tapes of these sitcom shows, and in the suitcase, and we see there's like the Malcolm in the Middle, I Love Lucy, and a bunch of shows in there. And this was the night that the bomb fell in the apartment and killed the mother and father, and left the 2 children alive. And um, Agatha implies that she might not have known it at the time. Wanda actually used a hex to like push the probability of the bomb not going off and keep them
Yeah.
safe all night.
That part was interesting.
And then we kind of get sucked out of that into the next memory where Wanda signs up to become a test subject, and they subjected to the Mind Stone. While at this time it was still inside the staff.
Mhm.
Um, so she has this very intense vision of basically her future, and we see the silhouette of the Scarlet Witch outfits her with that horns on the
That was
costume
super cool.
and all that. It was a really cool scene because
Oh right.
I think, if I remember correctly, I think in other times when the stats were used, they said, "What did you see when it touched you?" Like that staff at the time didn't know it was the Mind Stone, that it gave you visions of something or it showed you something. And this one, for Wanda, it possibly showed the future or possible outcome for her. And then
Yeah.
see that, and then we pull out to the next, um, the final door of Wanda's past, and it was when she goes to Sword to claim Vision's body. Come to find out that she actually doesn't steal his body. She just goes, "Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Bye." And There's a whole talk of the
Yeah.
director, the way he's talking to her, and like he's not an he's not a person, it's an it. He's worth like $3 billion worth of vibranium. We're not just gonna throw him in the hole, like he like actively trying to put it back together and trying to activate it. And we see, and it's kind of like in a different movie, it's a horror scene. It's like they're taking apart his body, they're moving around,
Yeah,
it,
man.
it's pretty intense for a Marvel show or movie in general. Um,
Yeah,
she
they're
gets kind
really butchering
of
it apart.
yeah, and she's able to say a final goodbye, and we just kind of see that there was a letter in her car, um, and the car is a map basically to this place, which ends up being what's the name of town?
Westview, I think.
West,
Westview.
where
Yeah.
Vision actually bought a plot of land for both of them to grow old together,
Yeah.
and she kind of like mentally breaks at that point and makes the house out of nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's
make
just like a plot of land.
yeah, and
Hmm.
makes a new version of Vision. Um, it was pretty interesting that everything around her that was making like the house and changing the whole West View into like the very first episode was all red, but the Vision body was yellow, like the actual Mind Stone itself. So
Hmm.
she might be able to manifest like a mini Mind Stone for him to be able to actually, be a thing again.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, and we kind of go through all that, and then the stinger um, is the director goes, hey, let's activate this thing because who knew we just needed the actual power of Wanda or the Hex to power the new weapon that they had, and it's
Yeah.
the actual physical body of Vision, the actual body of him, all
Mm-hmm.
white, and they're able to activate him, and instead of a
Yep.
a yellow Mind Stone, it's like a blue chip or something, which is pretty cool.
Maybe the power source or something. Maybe I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's pretty cool because in the comics this does happen. I forgot, like after a fight he gets really messed up, and they rebuild Vision,
Mm-hmm.
and um they end
They
up
they try to
getting
bring him back. I think they try to bring him back, and they did, but they
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 miss him.
tried so many times that his color just went away, and that's why he's white. I was
Hmm.
reading it last night.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
yeah, so this body of Vision is like kind of like factory reset, where he's very cold
Yeah,
and
factory reset's
very,
good.
like he's very,
Hmm.
I am a robot, I am this and that, this is my job. He doesn't understand emotions and feelings.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
that's gonna be pretty interesting.
That's yeah. Yeah, I mean, he just kind of moved and looked at his hand, and yeah, we'll see what. But that scene is here and now, right? I mean, like while
Yeah,
she's
it's
dealing
in
with
here.
Agatha.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah,
And the
and she
hex
calls
looks a
her the
little
Scarlet
different.
Witch.
Yeah, the hex looks a little different during that stinger. Um, I don't know. It was like a main power source heading somewhere. I don't know what it was, but
Hmm.
yeah, she's called her the Scarlet Witch, and then finally says chaos magic.
mm,
Um,
Right.
and then the beginning I was more interested in because I still want to know which or where this Quicksilver came from. Um, and she calls it more of a crystalline possession, which I looked up the word crystalline, and it's just a word saying meaning made of crystals. Um,
Hmm.
uh, it's just like forming on each something like that. So I still don't know what she take it. Does she take it from something, or I'm sorry, did she take that body from somewhere? I don't know. That's just so weird. Um,
yeah, because she because throughout there's a scene in this episode where she says necromancy was out because your brother is buried
Oh,
on a different
right.
continent and he's full of bullet holes. So whoops. So she
yeah,
But I
manifested
think
a
that's
whole
what
new
she
thing.
wants, right? Like a mass necromancy powers or something? Or she just wants to know how she did such an insane spell.
Yes, because like this is like some next level shit.
Yeah.
She even says like, she says like, how do you put your magic on autopilot? I think or
Yeah.
something like that.
She's
Because
like
like
having
she was
people
very
do
impressed.
stuff and maintaining illusions and stuff.
Yeah, she was very interested, and then that's where the end where she goes, "Oh, I know what you are. You are too dangerous to keep alive. Chaos magic, and you are
Like the
stuff with liquid.
prophesized magic being or
Yeah,
something.
or like witch. Like she's like the baddest bitch of them all. I guess I guess the best way to put it. Um, she's like the Scarlet Witch, the bad motherfucker. Um, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Whoop, you are too dangerous to keep alive." So, um, the last
So
scene.
what do you guys think about Scarlet Witch? Do you think she's a mutant? Uh, Obviously she had these powers
Hmm.
before she touched the stone,
Yeah.
and the stone just amplified it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Agatha says is that, oh, the stone just amplified it for something that was just going to die on the vine.
Right.
Um, as you said, she stopped the missile from blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Unconsciously or unknowingly.
yeah. Do you think she's a mutant? Do you think they're going to go that route?
I think not.
You don't think so?
No, because they're kind of saying how magic has been around since what, 17, whatever, when she was almost killed by her
Yeah,
coven.
what does
So
it say on it?
maybe she somehow had a little touch of it somehow, but she didn't know. And if she never got touched by the stone, she would have never, nothing ever really would have came of it.
So supposedly, how she gets these powers in the comics is that she's touched by an elder god or something like that, or basically an
Comic
old
version is probably
thing.
ridiculous.
The old thing, an old entity who had the chaos magic, kind of touched her and transferred some of it to her.
Who, Agatha
So,
or
no, to
to Scarlet?
this girl.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, I don't know, man. Like it also depends on if her brother had his running powers. Like he
Hmm.
didn't really show it in this one. Is that her real parents, or is it Magneto somewhere in there? There's a lot of stuff like what if.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, what if to a point? Because like they never alluded to anything but that they were family. That this was their actual family. There has been any other like indication, like oh, like even in a flashback, it was like it's like they just shown to be very close together. Like they've known each other. Like regardless if that's not the real parents or not, like they're like that's an actual thing. I guess they haven't alluded to anything else besides her having these powers as a kid. It was just that because again, like she says no, I didn't stop the bomb, and I think that is one of Scarlet Witch's powers uh, is to like push the probability in her favor. So her putting a hex on the bomb put the favor that it wasn't going to go off.
Hmm.
Deal.
But it was a
Um,
magic. It was still a spell.
that's
So
what
it's
Agatha is
magic, not mutant, right?
doing. Yeah, and again, it's hard because in this world in Marvel, they've established there's no magic. It's like mix of science, a mix of old world stuff you don't understand. Like Doctor
Hmm.
Strange is magic, but it's like it's not. It's like altering the fields around you to make something new, or like I forgot the actual words, but
It's
like
like
it's
depends
not like
on stuff, right? Like it can't be. It's not like completely unlimited. It has to take something in order to create
right,
the spell or something.
yeah, like it was always there. It just you need to know how to change it into your favor kind of
Like the
thing, and like
particles or something or
yeah,
whatever.
again, like going all the way back to the first Thor movie, he's like, your elders called it, magic. You call it science. Where I'm from, it's both. It's like
Hmm.
Marvel's very based in science and rooted in like be able to explain everything,
They're
and the
trying
fact
not to
that
just make it up, right?
right. So like with her going like, oh, it's just straight magic, baby. Like this is like this. You can do this and this and this. It's like
Hmm.
And also Agatha knows about the Infinity Stones, and she just brushes off like, oh, those things, yeah,
I
Okay, I got
guess
you.
like
So,
an example is like she didn't create the people in her illusion. Those are actual people who are under a
right.
spell.
Yes.
Kind of
Yeah.
like that.
Except
Like they
those
have to,
kids.
like it has to exist. Yeah, those are still a mystery, right? We have no
Yeah.
idea how they appeared.
Yeah. I think I think I think Attica says, because like at the very end, she Wanda breaks out of that dream, comes out, and Agatha has her two kids like on like this magical rope, and like pretty much hang them,
Hmm.
and she goes, "Let go of my kids." She's like, "They were your kids," or something like that. Like
Some weird
I
comment.
yeah, like a really like interesting comment. So we still don't know what's going on with that.
No,
Uh,
I don't know.
it I get again like so far everything, all this big mystery build up to like so far from this episode alone, it feels like they did all this just so we can call her Scarlet Witch and put her in the costume.
Hmm.
It's basically what it feels like. It's just, oh, she's the Scarlet Witch now. You gave me 9 episodes just so we can officially call her that.
No,
Okay.
but we
No, no, no.
learned though. Like,
But again, to me, that's what it feels like because
mm,
Agatha's not behind it, as far as we understand, because she even
she's
said,
just here to profit from,
yeah,
you know.
like she felt that magical surge, like, I should go check it out, and
Yeah.
like she like makes up this doppelganger of her brother, and he's basically a puppet where she can talk through him and hear
Hmm.
all the information. That's why she's always asking questions. And I think it was like episode 7. It was like, how'd you do it, sis? This is pretty impressive. This is really cool. How'd you do it?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You
that makes
know,
sense.
so
And then that smart ass comment where he's like, "Oh, he can't die twice" or something like that.
yeah, it's like, so she's not really behind anything. Again, we don't know what's going on because that book that's in the basement that's like purple, kind of covered in like magical vines, whatever. It
Hmm.
kind of looks like one you find in Doctor Strange, like in the
Hmm.
life. So it's like there's still a little more mystery, but so far
Hmm.
is this is literally just Scarlet Witch not knowing her powers and coming to terms with the fact what she can actually do. And it just kind of takes the mystery out of it. Just like, oh, it's been her the whole time. And I
I
again,
thought there was,
with this being the lead up into Doctor Strange, there's one more episode. They can still do something, but right
so it's
now
just one more. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah, one more.
Mm. I thought there was
So
maybe two more.
there's still a lot of
I mean, I thought there was enough interesting stuff, man. Even I know it was like kind of like that feeling of like, oh, really, we're gonna retread all this. But it did give context and a lot of different things that we didn't know. I really enjoyed the episode. I was
no.
like fully enjoying it a lot. But I think if there were more like this and not at the tail end, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It would have
no,
overall improved.
yeah,
We
no,
still need to know who those two adults are in her commercials. In every commercial, a lot of people thought that was probably her parents, but it's not. Um, so that'll be interesting. That's one thing we have to kind of figure out who that is. I kind of like the whole idea where she made this world because she grew up watching those shows with her parents. I don't know. I don't want to believe that's her parents though. Like, I want to believe it's Magneto and someone else.
oh, I mean,
Oh,
Um,
right. I didn't even think about that.
yeah,
but
Yeah.
I like that. It kind of hit home because I kind of grew up with those shows too, and that's just a kind of different world, and that's why I was so excited for this one.
Hmm.
So that kind of hit home. I like that. That was very very touching.
I like how they
Um,
explained it. Yeah.
yeah. When she touches the stone, or not even touches the stone. So the stone, the very
Kind of
interesting
came to
is
her.
to me, it's the whole stone thing. So she had the powers before, but the stone
Like recognize something in
was
her.
drawn to her. If they go back to when they want to go back to the cameras, those doctors, the stone doesn't necessarily really come to her.
Couldn't
So
capture.
this is all just her seeing that in her
Mhm.
head.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because
so it didn't really
in the video it was her just standing and then she falls. It's just like,
collapse. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, so it's very interesting her relationship with the stone. And even when she made Vision out of thin air, it was yellow, and that's how Vision came to be. Like, it's almost like it's like the conscious of Vision.
Mm-hmm.
That part I'm confused on. Like, that I can't really make sense of it. They have to explain a little bit more why this connection is so essential to Wanda. And is it why
Between
Wanda
them two,
and
you mean?
between the stone and Wanda? Yeah.
Oh, I
Is
thought you
this the
meant Vision.
No, is it? I was going to get to. Is this the reason why Wanda and Vision are together because of the stone? You get me?
That would be interesting. Like if it's it was forcing Vision to make a relationship with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what the stone wants, not what. I could see. Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I can see it going the other way, where like the stone wanted to give her something positive, because it's kind of like they're kind of intertwined. Where like, because again, she didn't have anything until she met Vision. Like
She lost everything.
Oh right, I mean she shouldn't have anything. Like even in Age of Ultron, her brother dies and she gets, she was ready to die. Like, just let me die, let me live, and then Vision's like, nope. So again, you can look at it that way as well. Like they were meant to be together, and everything keeps breaking her down, and now the stone is stronger in her or something maybe, or
I almost like
it's very interesting because like. And since her brother's dead, we don't know the connection there. But I guess does she absorb his power and has the entity in her now too, since that came from the stone as well.
Like for some reason, I don't really fully invest into their relationship, Vision and Wanda. Like, not enough was shown to like why, like how. I don't know.
I mean,
and there's probably nothing else. Like, why are they so in love like that? I don't understand.
It has to be the relationship to the stone.
And, maybe there's nothing there, but to me, it's like, that was a real interesting thing you said right now. So, maybe there is something.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always pros and cons to this, like adding the TV shows to the actual movie universe as well. Um, Mixed bag, I think, so far for me personally with this show, but I do like the fact that we were able to see Wanda and Vision interact more and actually grow together. And it was like you really felt like, okay, so it kind of you feel that. So now if you go back and watch Endgame, you can you have those things in your head now, and when she loses them twice, it's even more impactful.
Oh yeah, man, I felt bad for her. Like all the shit she's gone through, like nothing but shit her whole life except for him.
So here's my thought. Stick with me here. Maybe the reason why the stone is drawn so much to Wanda is because who really did create the stone is the same person that had the chaos magic and somehow put their stuff into the stone, which in sense made Vision, which they never really explain why Vision is red, right? They didn't really explain that. So maybe he's red because of the creator of the stone. I'm going off. Never mind the color. Never mind the color of Vision. But anyway, the creator of the stone put his kind of essence in the stone and followed Wanda. I don't know. Maybe that's a little too much because Wanda is not that old, and the person that made the stone is even older. I don't know, man. Something in that stone is calling to Wanda, and it's weird.
Yeah, there's more to it, I think.
She's a weird girl. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
I think we're going to be a little disappointed at the next episode, I think. Just because we 100%. Want more, and it's like, come on. You get...
Either Mephisto or Reed Richards or something to lead you, and they're going to freaking stop it.
You still think Reed Richards, huh? There's no time to introduce that. There's no time. It's just going to confuse things. I don't know.
There's absolutely time.
It's not going to...
They can make a whole nother series out of this. They can do another spinoff of a spinoff. I mean, because again, like from what I understand, this is a direct tie-in to Doctor Strange, or her being in Doctor Strange is directly tied to this show.
Hmm.
So far, I don't see it.
I'm really interested in Vision. Like, what the hell? Like, I mean, he could
You're
be a
not
real.
interested in Vision?
No, I am very interested.
Oh yeah.
He could be such a difficult thing to stop if he becomes villainous or bad or evil or anything.
So I don't think that White Vision is evil.
I mean, just depending how they go with it, you know.
It comes to the point where that Vision wanted to change. I forgot what I read yesterday.
He's just cold calculating, and it's like what he's doing. He's
Correct.
not evil because he's emotional. He's evil because, well, not evil even. He's just doing something, you know.
The thing.
He just wants to make humankind better.
Yeah.
So he's not really thinking about the cause and effect of it. He just wants to do it, just to do it. So yeah, that's what I think I read. And then at some point, Vision gets its color back because he merges with another Vision from a different timeline or something like that. Yeah. So which might be this Vision, because this Vision is the soul, which could go back into the Vision. The White Vision is just a body, like a vessel, a computer, and this is the software now.
Okay.
Like the Vision that's in her WandaVision is just the software.
Okay.
I can 100% see that.
Oh yeah, because I mean, like Vision wouldn't be anything without Mind Stone. Like the Mind Stone literally brought him to life.
Right.
Like the essence
okay.
is in the stone.
But the Mind Stone's gone. That's the whole thing. The Mind Stone is gone. She made the Mind Stone again.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. What I was saying before is
again, like the fact that when she makes Vision, he's yellow. Like the outline of him comes together. Like I forgot that again. The Infinity Stones are different in the comics than what they are here, but I think she can like manipulate life and death because of that stone. In a sense, maybe not for everybody, but like for Vision, it's very much a possibility. Like she again, like he can't live outside the hex, but he's an actual person with thoughts and feelings and emotions. Maybe again, like when her brother died, maybe she absorbed that power that he got from the stone, and now she carries more power from the stone itself, and she can do these things, and again, essentially make like a mini stone that is this new Vision. Because again, like we don't understand, she doesn't even understand what kind of magic or powers or however we want to tag it as. Like she can literally be unlimited. She can be at the peak of her powers. We don't know. And
her main problem is she don't know control. But if she learned that, she would probably be the most powerful.
Oh, I think without a doubt she is the most powerful at this point. Especially when she learns to even halfway could control her emotions. Because again, she's been through a lot of shit, and it's not really her fault. But she's very emotional, and when you're emotional with power, that's dangerous.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
Again, and then like Photon, Rambo,
right.
I forgot about her.
Yeah, she had a little tease at the end of episode 7. She wasn't even in this at all. We don't know.
I forgot about that.
That shit to cover too in episode 9.
They got a lot to do in this last episode.
This is why
it's gonna be nothing but questions, stuff left open. But I guess
want to see the exciting conclusion. Watch Doctor Strange 2 coming in theaters and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I know, right?
We'll probably get a trailer for it at the end of this show, just out of nowhere.
But yeah, that'd be cool.
Scarlet Witch. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, like I'm not. I guess I'm personally disappointed just because of the way we were talking about it. What they were alluding to, and partially it is our fault for speculating and going off of the actual comic stories. But it just at the end, it's just her doing it. It's just her not understanding her powers, and that's kind of the whole crux of this whole show so far. Is oh, I'm sad. I didn't realize I'm doing that shit. Oops, sorry. She's just so powerful. She doesn't know what she's doing, and that's basically the whole concept behind this whole thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's gonna be very interesting now after this show.
Oh, I mean the character
Vision
herself
too.
is
Yeah.
great, and the Elizabeth Olsen is amazing in this role. I
She's
think
really good.
fantastic. Paul Bettany, fucking
Very good.
class A shit. The great together. I don't know. It's a lot of shit they got to do in the last episode, and I don't know, man. A lot of questions, and tired of questions. Give
It's
me
good
answers.
though, man. But it's like it keeps, I know they're dangling carrots, but I mean,
Rumor is that the next episode is going to be like 50 minutes long, so it's going to be the longest yet.
By like,
it might be.
God knows we need every minute of it.
Yep.
Yeah, like, because this was like what, 46 minutes, 48 minutes?
46.
No. You don't get that much runtime. You get like 32 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah.
You think the credit scenes are that long? Let me see.
Yeah, man. The credits are like 6
They
minutes.
are pretty long.
Yeah, they are pretty long. They're very
6,
long.
8 minutes to the point where I was like, wait, there's still a bar left, and then it's like, like, damn it, that's just credits.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Well, I think. What predictions do we have for the last episode?
I barely have any.
The only prediction I know that's going to happen is someone's going to lose $20. That's it.
Somebody.
My prediction is, I think she's gonna get her costume, her Scarlet Witch costume.
Nice.
I still want to hold out hope that Mephisto is going to show up, that we're going to see Ralph.
Yeah.
And I'm going to win $20, and Reed Richards is going to show up at the end.
Hey guys, I could solve this.
But I really don't think so. I think it'll probably be maybe Doctor Strange that shows up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean,
I think there's going to be some little thing that's like, oh shit, oh my god, somebody showing up or saying something or doing something.
Oh yeah, I guess because again, like all the commercials have led up to something, but the Nexus one, it hasn't been answered at all.
She might drop the spell and go after Vision because I don't know, maybe.
I think he'll fuse into the new body. Agatha will lose the fight. She might beckon her husband to show, and he does something, and Strange pops in and goes, "Hey, stop that!" Or her and Agatha are in this clash of powers, and they accidentally make a hole in time, and Doctor Strange goes, "What the fuck did you do? Why I tell you guys stop it? I can't do this."
Well, what I'm surprised is that he didn't. You know how Agatha was drawn to the spell. Why wasn't he?
That's a good question too. Like
maybe he's busy with something, but
yeah, because he
maybe he's busy.
Or maybe he is drawn. He's just watching it. He's not going full in.
He's up there with the Watchers.
Maybe.
Because like in the last episode, that might have been Agatha, but in the credit scenes, there's a message to there's a message to Wanda. What's the message again? Go into it. I don't know what the message is, but there is a message. I'm it now, but who knows, man? Maybe he is just watching from afar, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Well, I mean, again, he could just do a lot of things. Because, like, if you remember the beginning of Thor 3, he's like, "Oh, I'll help you find your dad." Boom, I got him. There, get the fuck out of here. He's like, "Stop messing shit up."
He just wanted him out of the way.
Like, get out of here. Stop it.
He's pretty powerful.
He's very powerful. I know we always leave Doctor Strange out of the conversation, but Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch are probably the two strongest in like just period, just the strongest.
Thor, I mean, he's pretty damn powerful.
I know what you are doing, Wanda. That's the message.
When was this?
It's in the opening scenes of the last episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! Where'd it go? There it is. Pause.
Oh, you mean Oh.
in the credit scenes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It says, "I know what you are doing, Wanda."
That's
And it has
probably not Agatha doing that.
They didn't really specify the dates, right? Like the first date was August 23rd. They had that circled, and then this one, the 10th was circled in the calendar. But I don't know if that really means anything.
Were there like? I'm just curious. Were there like? I don't know if you know. There like 3 dates circled throughout the show. Because
I don't know. There's 2 for sure.
2 those could be tied to those past dreams that we saw. These were like the dates that happened, maybe. The important days in her life were the bomb, the meeting of the Mind Stone, and Vision. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of little nuances, little things we can definitely nitpick and break down and speculate, but it kind of got to take care of the main story right now.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, again, like overall, I am enjoying the show. I just, not that that was a promise, but I just feel like they're not making the best with what they had of like the mystery and the build up and what's going on, and it's like, oh no, it's just her. But I enjoy. I absolutely love the cast. The writing is very strong. The CGI work is really good.
Yeah.
It's a very well made show. So
For sure.
I do want to see the last episode, but I'm not as excited as I was like back in episode 6 or 7. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm riding high right now. I really like this episode. So I just hope they can satisfy enough, because I know not everything is gonna get wrapped or satisfying endings or anything.
She even said it herself. It's not the type of show, and this definitely isn't like the sitcoms she loves to watch. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Overall, Manny, how do you feel about the show so far, and how super excited are you for the last episode?
It lived up to everything I thought it was going to be. No, not everything that I thought it was going to be, but it did live up to what I thought, and I'm happy with it, man. We'll see how the last episode is. I just want craziness. I want super craziness where our mind blows and we make our own kind of reality.
That's what I want.
Reality, like Wanda. So we'll see how it goes.
Very cool.
A little more excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier though, and I'm only excited that I'm hoping that it kind of uncovers something else in the MCU.
Mutants.
Yeah, no, or one particular mutant, Weapon X, or talk about Weapon X. So I don't know. This isn't really like doing much. I get it. Like I guess I wish it would really like blow people's minds up. Sure. But as a first run for it, even though it wasn't supposed to be the first run, it's well done, and I'm happy.
Cool.
And I'm excited for the last one.
I think we'll cut it off there because we don't have really much to add. Tune in next week as we find out who wins the $20. I'm very invested in that. I want.
I forgot, man.
I want to see who.
Until right now.
I'm very because both again like Fantastic Four will work with swords somewhere down the line. It's either now or in the near future. So it is kind of curious like how fast it's gonna happen. But with that being said, tune in next week. We will talk about in depth in the last episode 9 of WandaVision. And were we right? Were we wrong? Were we satisfied? Do we want more? You will find out here next week. So you know the whole spiel, guys. Thank you guys for listening, and if you stuck with us, thank you guys so much. Tune in next week. Thank you guys, and have a good night. Bye.
Goodbye.